Okay, thank you. My name is Ribka Getachew, and as a student of Columbia University, I can honestly say that one of the reasons that I chose this university was for forums like this that give us a forum for open and academic discussion. And I mean, with that being said, just to further my friend's point earlier that was asked as far as media access in Ethiopia, what can you say are possible justifications for, let's say, for example, VOA being denied access in Ethiopia or other media outlets? Now, in addition, aside from that, what can you say that is actively being done from the Prime Minister's perspective that can improve relations with our neighboring countries, with Eritrea, with Somalia, with Sudan? What is actively being done today that, and I don't mean just is being said that's done, but is actively being done to ensure that this year, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, there won't be any tension actively being done?
Now, I do not know if you know this, but VOA is not allowed to broadcast to the United States by law. It is allowed to broadcast to other countries, but not to the United States, because it is supposed to reflect the policy of government in power of the day. Now, VOA Amharic service happened to be dominated by people who are associated with the previous regime. And those who are associated with the previous regime tend to have a particularly jaundiced view of events in Ethiopia for understandable reasons. And we took a page from the policy of the United States and said VOA is not welcome to broadcast to Ethiopia either. But that is different from the right of expression by citizens. The freedom to express oneself is a fundamental right of every citizen. And that right, as you might know, is properly protected in Ethiopia. Now, with regards to relations with our neighbors, we have excellent relations with all of our neighbors with the exception of Eritrea. We have excellent relations with Sudan. We actually happen to be one of a very few governments in the world who can talk in confidence with both the government in the north and the SPLM in the south. We have excellent relations with Djibouti. We have excellent relations with Kenya. We have excellent relations with the Somali government. We have very bad relations with a group called Al-Shabaab. But it's understandable that we would have very bad relations with Al-Shabaab because it's a terrorist group linked with Al-Qaeda. And the only country backing Al-Shabaab in the region is Eritrea. And as you know, the Security Council imposed sanctions on Eritrea for that reason, because it was supporting this group linked with Al-Qaeda. The Security Council and the African Union felt that Eritrea needed to be penalized, and so it has been penalized. Understandably, therefore, those of us who are not particularly happy with the Al-Qaeda types have had difficulty relating positively towards the current regime in Eritrea. But I want to also remind you that our government was the first government in the world to recognize the independence of Eritrea from Ethiopia after the referendum. And again, this is the reason why some Ethiopians have a particularly jaundiced view of our government.